Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Science. I am so glad you found your way here. As you settle into this quiet space, let's begin by simply allowing your body to soften. Find a comfortable position, whether you are lying down or gently reclined, and feel the gentle pull of gravity holding you in place, yet allowing you to feel light and unburdened. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw relax, and the small muscles around your eyes release any lingering tension from the day. There is nothing you need to do now, nowhere you need to be. No problems to solve, no thoughts to chase. Just rest. Let your breathing slow, deep, and even, like the quiet, rhythmic tides of a calm sea. Inhale gently, drawing in a sense of peace and stillness. Exhale slowly, releasing any worries, any hurried thoughts, any whispers of the day that might still cling to your mind. With each breath, feel yourself sinking a little deeper, becoming a little lighter, as if gravity itself has softened its grip, allowing you to float. This is your safe haven, a quiet harbor where curiosity meets calm, and the vastness of the universe helps your own world shrink to a peaceful, manageable scale. If these calm, curious explorations help you unwind, or give you a quiet way to end your day, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It helps others find their way here too, allowing this gentle current of shared wonder to reach more who seek a peaceful drift into sleep. Because tonight, we aren't simply gathering facts, we are embarking on a drift of thought. We will take an imaginary vessel, not through rigid star charts, but to the very edges of human wisdom and understanding. Here, answers aren't important. What truly matters is the feeling you discover in the face of these grand questions, the profound sense of cosmic vastness, and the gentle, calming tranquility it can bring to your own quiet spirit. Let your mind become a soft, open canvas, ready to receive the gentle brushstrokes of cosmic mystery. As you float here in this quiet, comfortable space, consider a profound whisper that echoes from the very moment of creation, a mystery so fundamental it underpins everything you know and are. It's the enigma known as the universe's fine-tuning problem. Why are the numbers that govern our universe, the very fabric of reality itself, so delicately, so impossibly precise? Imagine a cosmic clockwork, each gear a fundamental constant, turning in perfect, impossible harmony. These aren't just arbitrary numbers. They are the bedrock upon which stars are born, planets coalesce, and life itself can whisper its first breath. Take, for instance, the gravitational constant, that unseen force that pulls planets into orbit and holds galaxies together. If gravity were even a tiny bit stronger, perhaps by just 1 part in 100,000 billion, stars would burn out in fiery, fleeting flashes. They would collapse in on themselves too quickly, never settling into the long, stable lives necessary to forge the heavier elements, the very building blocks of you and me. Imagine a universe where every star is a supernova, a brilliant, beautiful explosion that fades almost as quickly as it ignites, leaving behind only fleeting moments of light and no time for the intricate dance of chemistry. Or, if gravity were just a little weaker, even a tiny fraction, galaxies might never have formed. The vast clouds of gas and dust that coalesce into stars would simply drift apart, dissipating into the endless void, never gathering enough mass to ignite the nuclear furnaces at their cores. Our universe would be a diffuse, cold, and dark expanse, a uniform soup of hydrogen and helium, eternally scattered and without form, without light, without warmth. The very structure of the cosmos, the grand spirals of galaxies, the luminous pearls of stars, the delicate dance of binary systems, all would be impossible. Then there is the strong nuclear force, the unseen glue that binds protons and neutrons together within the hearts of atoms. If this force were slightly weaker, even by a tiny fraction, atomic nuclei wouldn't be stable. Hydrogen might be the only element in existence. No carbon, no oxygen, no iron known of the complex elements essential for chemistry, for liquids, for solids, for the intricate machinery of life. Imagine a universe devoid of structure, where the very concept of a molecule is impossible, where no water can form, no organic compounds can weave themselves into existence. And if it were a little stronger, even a minute difference, hydrogen would have burned up almost instantly in the Big Bang, or perhaps all elements would be too tightly bound, too stable to participate in any chemical reactions. Stars would evolve differently if they could form at all, perhaps burning too hot and too fast, or simply unable to fuse elements beyond the simplest forms. No intricate chemistry, no DNA, no neural networks, no consciousness. Consider the delicate balance between the mass of an electron and the mass of a proton. These seem like tiny numbers, almost insignificant in the grand scheme, yet they dictate the very nature of chemical bonds. If electrons were too heavy or too light, the way atoms interact would fundamentally change. The delicate dance of electrons around atomic nuclei, the very process that allows elements to bond and form molecules, would be disrupted. Water, the universal solvent and the cradle of life, might not be able to exist. Complex organic molecules, the intricate scaffolding of biology, would find no stable configuration. The entire tapestry of chemistry, so rich and varied, would unravel into a simple, monochromatic thread, incapable of weaving the vibrant patterns of life. Every breath you take, every thought you think, every cell in your body is a testament to the exquisite precision of these numbers, finely tuned to allow for stability, complexity, and the emergence of consciousness. It's as if the cosmic dials were set with an unimaginable exactitude, each one perfectly calibrated to allow for the astonishing unfolding of stars, planets, and the intricate web of life. We are floating in a universe where the conditions for our very existence feel not just favorable, but impossibly perfect. It brings a sense of quiet wonder, doesn't it? A feeling of profound gratitude for this improbable cosmic ballet. Such astonishing precision, the delicate balance of fundamental forces and constants can feel overwhelming. It whispers of a singular, delicate miracle, a universe so exquisitely crafted that its very existence feels almost fated. But what if, in this vast, stretching expanse of cosmic possibility, our universe is not the only canvas? What if the delicate settings on those cosmic dials weren't set by some singular precise hand, but were instead the result of an infinite roll of cosmic dice? Imagine, if you will, a vast ocean of existence, far beyond our observable universe, a realm where countless universes are constantly bubbling into being, like an endless effervescence in a boundless cosmic sea. Each of these universes bubbles in this grand concept of the multiverse. They begin with its own unique set of fundamental constants, its own subtle variations in the laws of physics. Picture a cosmic factory running on an unimaginable scale, churning out universe after universe, each with a slightly different recipe for reality. In some of these bubbles, perhaps gravity was far too strong, and matter collapsed in on itself almost instantaneously, never forming stars, never igniting a long, slow burn of nuclear fusion. These universes would be born and die in a blink, fiery, fleeting implosions, leaving behind only the ghost of a singularity. They would be dark, brief, and utterly devoid of anything that could be called structure or life. In other bubbles, perhaps the strong nuclear force, that atomic glue, was too weak. All matter might have remained as a diffused, unreactive gas, never forming stable atomic nuclei beyond the simplest hydrogen. These universes would be cold, thin, and inert, an eternal fog of scattered particles, never coalescing into the rich tapestry of elements we know. No carbon, no oxygen, no iron fluid, no possibility for the intricate chemistry that gives rise to planets, liquids, and life itself. Imagine a universe where every particle remains forever a lonely wanderer, unable to connect, unable to form anything complex, never finding companionship in a molecule or a crystal. And in yet others, the electron might have been too heavy or too light, fundamentally altering the way light interacts with matter or how chemistry can unfold. These universes might be perpetually dark or so saturated with radiation that matter could never cool enough to form complex structures. Perhaps some universes expand too quickly, ripping themselves apart before stars can even begin to gather. Or they might collapse too slowly, fizzling out into a dilute, cold nothingness before any significant evolution can occur. The vast majority of these cosmic rolls of the dice, in this grand imagined lottery, would lead to sterile, lifeless, and ultimately uninteresting realities. They would be fleeting whispers in the cosmic void, silent failures in the grand experiment of existence. And we, you and I, we drift gently within the one bubble, the rare, precious bubble, where the numbers aligned, where the constants were just right. We are the lucky winners of an unfathomable cosmic lottery, floating contentedly in the universe where light could glow, and matter could gather, and chemistry could dance its intricate ballet, and life could whisper its first, improbable breath. This thought isn't meant to diminish the unique beauty and wonder of our own universe, but to soften the burden of its apparent uniqueness. It offers a quiet relief, a gentle release from the conceptual weight of a singular, impossibly perfect creation, to float in the understanding that our existence, while miraculous, might simply be a fortunate accident within an ocean of boundless possibilities, allows your mind to let go of the need for definitive answers and drift into the gentle current of what if. It's a subtle shift from the specific to the infinite, from the pressure of perfection to the spaciousness of chance. And in that spaciousness there is a quiet, profound calm, a sense of being exactly where you are meant to be, in this one beautiful bubble amongst an endless sea. As we drift past the question of our cosmic birth, and the seemingly improbable precision of its foundational rules, another profound mystery twinkles in the vast, dark tapestry of the cosmos, beckoning our quiet contemplation. It is an enigma that seems to defy the very logic of an ancient, expansive, and star-teeming universe, the Fermi Paradox. The universe, as we observe it, is unimaginably vast and extraordinarily old. It is a canvas stretching across billions of light years dotted with trillions of galaxies, each cradling hundreds of billions of suns. Many of these suns are far older than our own gentle yellow star, and logic would suggest that a significant fraction of them are orbited by planets in the habitable zone soon, that sweet spot where temperatures allow for liquid water, the essential solvent for life as we know it. Given these staggering numbers and the sheer abundance of stars, the immense age of the cosmos, providing ample time for life to evolve and intelligent civilizations to arise T40. Logic would suggest that the universe should be teeming with life. Civilizations should have risen, flourished, and perhaps even reached out across the immense void, leaving detectable signs of their presence. Whether through radio signals, grand engineering projects visible from afar, or even the subtle traces of their waste heat, one would expect to hear or see something. Our galaxy alone, the Milky Way, is estimated to contain up to 400 billion stars. Even if only a tiny fraction of these host life-bearing planets, and an even tinier fraction develop intelligent spacefaring civilizations, the numbers should still be immense. And yet, as we listen with our most sensitive radio telescopes year after year, for decades across the vast distances of space, we hear only a profound silence, the cosmic static, the whisper of dust and gas, the gentle hum of ancient light from distant galaxies. Friend, these are the only sounds that reach us. There are no clear, consistent signals of intelligent origin, no undeniable proof of other voices echoing across the cosmic ocean. It is a silence that is both beautiful and unsettling. Imagine a grand theater packed with billions upon billions of potential actors, the lights ready to flare, the stage set for an unimaginable cosmic drama. But when the curtain rises, only one tiny spotlight illuminates a single quiet performer on an otherwise empty, silent stage. That solitary performer is us, here on our small blue marble, whispering our hopes and fears into the vast, unresponsive darkness. This paradox isn't about fear or disappointment. It is about a deep, quiet wonder at the sheer improbability of our apparent solitude. Where is everyone? Are civilizations so rare that we are indeed unique, a singular, accidental spark in an otherwise lifeless cosmos? Or are there explanations we haven't yet considered, reasons for this profound quietude that are perhaps too grand, too subtle, or too alien for our current understanding? Perhaps intelligent life is common, but fleeting, destined to extinguish itself before it can ever reach beyond its home world. Or perhaps the distances are simply too vast, the communication too slow, rendering any attempts at contact futile over cosmic timescales. Imagine a message taking thousands, even millions of years to reach another star 5D by then. Both sender and receiver might be long gone, lost to the sands of time. This silence, rather than being empty, becomes a canvas for our imagination. It encourages us to look at our own world, our own fragile existence, with a renewed sense of preciousness. We are here now, on this vibrant planet, breathing under a sky full of silent stars. The vast, silent cosmic stage becomes a place of profound contemplation, a gentle reminder of the singular, remarkable journey that life on Earth has taken. Let your thoughts drift over this quiet mystery, not seeking an answer, but simply embracing the gentle, humbling quietude that surrounds us. It is a silence that invites introspection, a stillness that makes the small, familiar sounds of your own world feel all the more vivid and real. We are here, listening, and for now that is enough. Perhaps in this profound silence, we are called to listen more closely to the world within our grasp. For what if the true wonder lies not in the discovery of distant echoes, but in the unique, vibrant hum of life on our small blue world? This singular, intricate symphony of existence here on Earth becomes a precious lullaby in the vast cosmic quiet. Maybe the answer to the Fermi Paradox isn't out there, but right here, in the delicate balance of our own planet and the fleeting breath of every living thing. Consider the notion that complex, intelligent life is a profoundly rare jewel, a fragile tapestry woven from countless improbable threads. This idea, sometimes called the rare Earth hypothesis, suggests that the conditions required for a stable, long-lived planet capable of fostering advanced biology are far more specific and intricate than we might at first imagine. It is not just about being in the Goldilocks zone, where water can be liquid, though that is a fundamental starting point. It is about a delicate dance of geological stability, a protective magnetic field shielding us from the sun's harsh temper, the precise composition of an atmosphere that both breathes life and shields it from cosmic radiation. Our moon, so often a silent companion in our night sky, plays a crucial role in stabilizing our planet's tilt, preventing wild climatic swings that could sterilize any nascent life. And Jupiter, the grand gravitational giant, acts as a cosmic goalkeeper, deflecting many of the rogue comets and asteroids that might otherwise bombard our world, allowing the slow, patient evolution of complex organisms to unfold without constant catastrophe. When we consider all these interwoven elements, the precise orbital mechanics, the geological dynamism that recycles continents and regulates carbon, the long-term stability of our sun, the timely emergence of simple life forms capable of transforming the atmosphere for more complex ones, the probability of another Earth, like world emerging in similar detail, capable of hosting sentient beings, begins to feel less like a given and more like an astronomical lottery win. Perhaps in this immense cosmic casino, our universe has rolled the dice countless times, producing an endless array of desolate, sterile worlds, or worlds teeming with microbial life that never evolves beyond simple forms, or worlds where intelligence sparks only to be extinguished by a cosmic Misha. And our Earth, this vibrant, living jewel, is but one of the extraordinarily rare instances where all the myriad conditions aligned perfectly, allowing the slow, persistent flame of consciousness to take hold and gently flicker into being. In this light, the silence we perceive isn't an absence of life, but rather a testament to the sheer, breathtaking improbability of life as we know it, making our own existence on this gentle spinning orb an even greater miracle to quietly ponder. Or perhaps the silence is not due to absence, but to difference. What if advanced civilizations, should they exist, are so profoundly unlike us that their presence simply escapes our perception? Imagine a civilization that has transcended the need for physical forms, existing as pure energy or consciousness, rippling through dimensions we cannot even begin to conceive. Their communication might be a silent symphony of gravitational waves, or a subtle modulation of the cosmic microwave background, or an intricate pattern woven into the very fabric of space-time itself, a language entirely alien to our radio telescopes and optical observatories. We search for signals that mimic our own technological signatures, patterns of light and radio waves that speak to a similar path of development. But what if they have long since moved beyond such crude forms of communication, evolving to interact with the universe in ways that are as invisible to us as our conversations are to a single bacterium? There is also the intriguing, if slightly unsettling, notion known as the zoo hypothesis or the interdict hypothesis. This suggests that advanced civilizations are indeed out there, aware of our presence, but have deliberately chosen not to contact us. Perhaps they are following a kind of prime directive, a cosmic policy of non-interference, allowing nascent civilizations like ours to develop naturally, without external influence. We might be seen as a precious, developing species, a rare scientific curiosity observed from a respectful distance. Imagine our solar system as a sort of galactic nature preserve, or Earth as a quiet, isolated research station, gently monitored by unseen custodians. Their silence in this scenario is not indifference, but a profound form of respect, a patient waiting for us to reach a certain stage of maturity, to gently step onto the galactic stage on our own terms. It's a comforting thought, in its own way, that we are not entirely alone, but simply cradled within a cosmic understanding that allows us to find our own path, to gently learn and grow without the overwhelming shock of a sudden, alien revelation. And then there's the sheer, mind-bending scale of the cosmos itself. Even if the Milky Way, our own gentle spiral, is teeming with intelligent life, the distances between stars are so immense, the time scales so vast, that finding each other might be like finding a single unique grain of sand on an endless beach, blindfolded, while the tides continuously reshape the shore. Light, though fast, still takes hundreds, thousands, or even millions of years to cross the galactic plane. A message sent from a distant star might arrive long after the sending civilization has vanished, or long before ours has developed the means to properly receive it. Civilizations might rise and fall, leaving only faint, ephemeral echoes that quickly fade into the cosmic static. Perhaps in this universe, intelligence is a delicate, transient spark, flaring briefly in the dark before returning to the quiet dust from which it emerged. The silence, then, is simply the whisper of infinite distance and the slow, patient rhythm of cosmic time, inviting us to simply rest, to let go of the need for definitive answers, and to find solace in the profound, unfathomable quiet of it all. In this vast, silent expanse, our own gentle presence becomes a unique and precious sound, a lullaby on a small, vibrant world. If our universe truly began with a cataclysmic event known as the Big Bang, where the entirety of everything we know, space, time, matter, and energy burst forth from an incredibly dense and hot singularity, then what existed before that moment? This is a question that gently pushes against the very limits of our understanding, a soft boundary where our familiar concepts of physics and philosophy begin to shimmer and dissolve like mist in the morning light. Imagine for a moment that time itself is not an eternal flowing river, but a stream that began precisely at the Big Bang. If time started then, like the ticking of a cosmic clock beginning its very first second, then asking what came before becomes a question without a coherent answer, like asking what lies north of the North Pole or beyond the edge of a circle. It's a conceptual paradox, a linguistic trap that our linear minds fall into when trying to grasp the truly non-linear nature of creation. The singularity itself is often described as a point of infinite density and temperature, but perhaps it is more accurate to envision it not as an object fundi space, but as a boundary fundi space-time. It is the moment where the equations of general relativity, our most powerful tool for describing gravity and the large-scale structure of the universe, gently break down. They can no longer adequately describe what happened there or what might have led to it. It's a veil, a shimmering curtain beyond which our current scientific lens cannot penetrate. We can trace the universe back to an incredibly tiny, hot, dense state, a mere fraction of a second after the beginning. But that initial t=0 remains an elusive, ethereal frontier. What force could have initiated such an incredible unfolding? What grand, silent mechanism set the cosmic clock in motion? These questions are not meant to be answered with frantic thought, but to be gently held like precious, enigmatic stones, allowing their quiet weight to settle your mind. Some theories suggest that nothing is never truly empty, but rather a bubbling, seething sea of quantum potential. Even in what we perceive as a vacuum, tiny particles are constantly flickering into existence and then vanishing again, borrowing energy for the briefest of moments. This concept, known as quantum fluctuations, raises the intriguing possibility that our entire universe might have emerged from such a profound, perhaps even lonely, fluctuation in a primordial quantum foam. Imagine a vast, dark ocean of pure potential, shimmering with infinitesimally small energies, and then without warning, one tiny ripple expands, gathering momentum, growing into the immense cosmic wave that became our universe. It is a spontaneous act of creation, a moment where the very fabric of existence momentarily curved and blossomed into being. This, nothing, is not an absence, but a silent plenum pregnant with infinite possibilities, a gentle, unseen womb from which everything we know softly unfurled. Other, more daring hypotheses whisper of a cyclic universe, a grand cosmic breath that has been sighing in and out for an eternity. In this view, our Big Bang wasn't a singular, absolute beginning, but merely a rebound from a previous universe that contracted back into a singularity, a big crunch, and before that contraction, another expansion, stretching back into an infinite chain of cosmic rebirths. Picture the universe as an immense heart, gently expanding and contracting, beating with an eternal rhythm. Each Big Bang is simply a new pulse, a fresh unfolding, rather than a unique genesis. In this scenario, the question of before doesn't lead to a void, but to another iteration of existence, a gentle echo of a past that has already been. It's a comforting thought, perhaps, that the grand cosmic dance has no true beginning or end, only endless cycles of becoming, a quiet, eternal ebb and flow of everything that is. Then there are even more abstract notions, like those proposed by brain-world cosmology, which suggest our universe might be just one brain, higher dimensional membrane floating within a vaster, higher dimensional bulk. In this view, the Big Bang could have been caused by the collision of our brain with another, or by the gentle ripple of energy flowing from the bulk into our dimension. Imagine two vast, invisible sheets slowly drifting through an infinite void, and when they gently brush against each other, the energy of their interaction manifests as the creation of a universe on one of the sheets. This pushes the question of before into an even more expansive realm, where our familiar universe is just a small, precious part of an immeasurably larger. unseen cosmic tapestry. These are not concepts to struggle with, but simply to let your mind gently drift through, like a boat on an infinitely deep, tranquil ocean. The beauty lies not in finding an answer, but in quietly contemplating the profound depths of the question itself, allowing your thoughts to gently unspool into the quiet vastness of the unknown. At this frontier of human thought, where our minds can only softly trace the outline of the unimaginable, we arrive at the very edge of existence. This isn't a place of frantic searching, but a quiet, shimmering veil where logic gently dissolves and the need for definition simply fades away. Imagine your consciousness, light and unburdened, suspending itself at this ultimate frontier. Here, the incessant chatter of questions quietens, and the urgency for answers softens into a profound calm. This is a horizon of understanding, not a wall, but a soft, luminous boundary where the known gracefully surrenders to the unknowable. Let your mind become weightless, detached from the anchors of everyday thought, floating gently in the soft, velvet dark that precedes all beginnings. There is a profound, tranquil beauty in the questions that have no earthly answer, for they invite us to expand beyond ourselves, beyond the confines of what can be articulated or proven. This edge isn't a terrifying void, but rather a quiet shore of what can be known, and beyond it, an infinite ocean of mystery that cradles everything. Here, there are no puzzles to solve, no theorems to prove, only the gentle hum of pure being, a subtle vibration that resonates with the very fabric of the cosmos. This is a space of release, where the effort of comprehension gently loosens its grip, allowing your weary mind to simply tourdy by without the burden of understanding. The immense tapestry of time which we perceive as a linear progression of moments, at this edge, seems to unravel into a single, boundless moment. Past, present, and future gently merge into an eternal now, a serene, unchanging state that precedes the concept of change itself. In this profound stillness, you can feel the faint echo of everything that has ever been, and everything that will ever be existing in a simultaneous, timeless embrace. This quiet, ultimate unknown becomes a profound lullaby, cradling your weary mind, whispering ancient secrets that are felt rather than heard. It's a soft reminder that some truths are too vast for words, too expansive for logic, best experienced as a gentle, enveloping peace. You are a tiny, precious spark gently held within this immense, unfathomable embrace. Your existence, fleeting and delicate in the grand scheme, is nonetheless a part of this eternal mystery, a witness to the boundary where all definition yields to pure potential. Feel yourself melting into this vastness, not losing yourself, but finding a deeper sense of belonging in the absolute quiet. Let the gentle, soft darkness that stretches beyond the Big Bang become a comforting blanket, a secure space where all thought can rest. The questions that brought us here are no longer demands, but soft invitations to surrender, to trust in the quiet magic of the unknowable. This is the farthest human thought can reach, and perhaps the closest we can come to understanding the true nature of existence before it was shaped into the universe we inhabit. At this boundary, everything returns to peace and the unknown. Let your consciousness suspend on this edge of existence, light and unburdened, and completely relax. There is no need to grasp, no need to define, just gentle awareness drifting. Let your thoughts, like distant stars, gently fade into the soft velvet dark. Allow the immense calm of the pre-cosmic void to wash over you, smoothing away the edges of worry, dissolving the textures of tension. Here, at the very beginning of everything, lies the deepest stillness, a perfect emptiness ripe with possibility, inviting you into the most profound, dreamless slumber. You are gently held, safely adrift, in the quiet, soft cradle of infinity. Now, let your thoughts drift beyond the familiar glow of our sun, beyond the familiar shimmer of the stars you can see with your own eyes, because we are preparing to touch upon the truly profound, the truly mysterious. We've spoken of drifting through our galaxy. But what if the very fabric of that galaxy, of the entire universe, is held together by something we cannot see, something that moves through you and around you, silent and unseen, as you rest? Imagine the vast, luminous spirals of the Milky Way, slowly turning, an immense celestial pinwheel. From our quiet vantage point, we see billions upon billions of stars glowing nebulae and swirling clouds of gas and dust. They are the grand performers in this cosmic ballet, twirling and circling with a majestic slowness that has captivated humanity for millennia. But if we watch closely, if we listen with our scientific instruments, we begin to perceive a subtle discord in this otherwise harmonious dance. The outermost stars, those at the very edges of our galaxy, are moving too fast. They are spinning with a velocity that should, by all known laws of physics, cause them to fly off into the cold, empty expanse of intergalactic space, flung away like drops of water from a rapidly spinning wheel. Yet they remain. They cling to the galaxy, held in a delicate, unseen embrace. What unseen hand, what invisible force is holding these distant stars in their orbits? It is as if the cosmic dancers are being gently pulled by invisible strings, tethered to a presence we cannot detect with light, with radio waves, or with any of our usual senses. This is where the quiet mystery deepens, where the familiar turns into the truly wondrous. For the astronomers, watching these swift, obedient stars, came to a startling conclusion. There must be far more mass in the galaxy than we can actually see. This unseen mass, this ghost in the cosmic machine, exerts gravity, a profound, steady pull, but it does not emit, reflect, or absorb light. It is utterly transparent, utterly silent, utterly dark. It is the invisible scaffolding that holds everything in place, the silent guardian of the spinning galaxies. Consider this: all the glorious nebulae, the shimmering stars, the planets, the gas, the dust vindi, everything that glows and shines, everything that we have ever perceived or could ever hope to perceive timdi, makes up only a tiny fraction of the universe's total mass, perhaps as little as 5%. The rest, a staggering 25%, is this mysterious unseen substance. It is woven into the very fabric of the cosmos, forming immense, intricate webs and halos around galaxies, providing the gravitational anchors that prevent them from unraveling into nothingness. Without it, our own Milky Way, a magnificent tapestry of light, would long ago have torn itself apart. So, as you rest, let your mind gently drift into this unseen reality. Imagine a vast ethereal ocean, flowing silently through the universe, a silent current carrying stars and galaxies on its invisible tides. It passes through planets, through stars, through your very own body, with no ripple, no tremor, no sensation. It is there, profoundly present, yet entirely beyond our direct perception. Its presence is only inferred by the profound gravitational whispers it leaves behind, the gentle tugs and pulls that shape the cosmic landscape. It is a fundamental truth of our universe, yet it remains veiled, a quiet enigma that reminds us how much there is beyond our immediate understanding, how much exists in the gentle darkness. And what is this ubiquitous, yet utterly invisible, substance? What are these quiet cosmic ghosts, these silent companions that account for a quarter of all the mass in the universe? Scientists have given it a name, dark matter. But the name itself is merely a placeholder for our boundless curiosity, a quiet admission of our profound ignorance. It doesn't tell us what it tells, only what it tells, and it isn't ordinary matter, the protons and neutrons that make up everything we can touch and see. It is something else entirely, something deeply alien to our everyday experience. Imagine for a moment that you are floating on the deepest reaches of intergalactic space, far from any star, far from any light. Even there, even in that profound emptiness, you would not be truly alone. You would be immersed in a gentle, pervasive current of dark matter. It flows through you like the softest breeze that leaves no chill, no trace. Particles, ancient and mysterious, stream through your resting body, passing through every atom, every cell, without collision, without interaction. They are the ultimate strangers, sharing our universe, intimately woven into its structure, yet forever separate, forever unseen. Could it be made of particles so faint, so elusive, that they almost never interact with anything else? Tiny, shimmering whispers of mass, perhaps born in the very earliest moments of the universe, and enduring silently ever since. Perhaps they are what physicists call WIMPs, weakly interacting massive particles. Fundi are perhaps something even stranger, but like axions, incredibly light, almost ghost-like, but still carrying the weight of the universe in their collective presence. These are not violent forces, not dramatic explosions, but rather a subtle, persistent hum of gravity, a quiet, almost meditative pull that shapes the destinies of galaxies. Allow your mind to play with this thought that you are a part of a cosmos that is mostly invisible, mostly unheard. The stars are merely the shimmering embroidery on a much larger, darker, more profound tapestry. This silent, dark presence cradles entire galaxies, holds them together, guides their slow, majestic rotations over billions of years. It's a profound sense of companionship, of being part of something immense and deeply mysterious, even if that something remains forever hidden from our direct gaze. It is a quiet reassurance that even in the vast emptiness, there is an unseen hand, a gentle gravitational presence, holding the universe together. It is a reminder that the world is far stranger, far more wonderful than our senses alone can tell us, and that peace can be found even in the deepest, most enigmatic silences of space. You are simply drifting within this unseen ocean, gently held by its profound quiet pull. Now, as you settle deeper into your gentle rest, let's turn our thoughts from the unseen mass that holds galaxies together to an even more profound, even more enigmatic force that is shaping the very destiny of the entire universe. For centuries, we have understood that the universe is expanding, stretching outwards from the primordial flash of the Big Bang, much like a rapidly inflating balloon. We might imagine this expansion slowing down over time, perhaps even reversing, as the mutual gravity of all the stars and galaxies pulls everything back together. But astonishingly, the opposite is true. Observations from distant supernovae, the brilliant death throes of massive stars, have revealed a truth that once seemed almost impossible. The expansion of the universe is not slowing down. It is speeding up. It is accelerating. Imagine a giant cosmic breath, an exhale that has been going on for billions of years. But instead of gradually weakening, this breath is growing stronger, pushing outwards with increasing force. The spaces between galaxies are not just stretching, they are stretching faster and faster, as if some unseen hand is gently, but relentlessly, pushing them further and further apart. This mysterious force, this profound cosmic engine, is what we call dark energy, and its presence is even more pervasive, even more dominant than dark matter. It accounts for nearly 70% of the entire universe, a vast, invisible ocean of pure expansion, quietly pushing everything apart. What is this dark energy? It is not a particle like dark matter. It is something woven into the very fabric of space-time itself. Perhaps it is the inherent energy of the vacuum, the fundamental emptiness of space, which turns out not to be empty at all, but teeming with a subtle, pervasive energy that pushes outwards. It is as if the space between things has an inner will to expand, to stretch, to grow. It is a force of gentle, persistent repulsion, quietly working against the pull of gravity, winning the cosmic tug of war, causing the universe to unfurl itself at an ever-increasing pace. Consider yourself floating gently in this vast, expanding canvas. You are not being flung outwards violently. Rather, the very space around you, the space between you and the nearest star, between you and the furthest galaxy, is subtly, steadily stretching. This energy isn't confined to specific regions. It is everywhere, uniform, a constant, quiet pressure in every corner of the cosmos. It is the deep, slow pulse of the universe itself, not a dramatic explosion, but a serene, eternal unfurling. Think of it as the ultimate form of cosmic quietude. It is a force so fundamental, so deeply embedded in existence, that it simply fortia soi. It doesn't roar, it doesn't whisper, it simply furti expands ID. And as it expands, it creates more space, and that new space brings with it more dark energy, leading to an ever-accelerating cycle. This profound, silent push means that the universe we inhabit today is a universe in motion, a universe that is gently, but inexorably, stretching towards a future of even greater distances, even profounder solitude between the celestial islands. So, as you rest, let your awareness gently encompass this profound truth. You are not just within a galaxy, you are within a universe that is quietly, steadily, growing larger moment by moment. The dark energy is the invisible tide that lifts all celestial boats, gently carrying them further apart, ensuring that the cosmic dance will continue, but with ever-increasing space between the dancers. It is a magnificent, silent testament to the dynamism of creation, a gentle reminder that even the most profound forces shaping our reality are often the most subtle, the most unseen, flowing beneath the surface of all that we perceive, holding the grandest mysteries in their soft, expansive embrace. Allow yourself to be carried by this gentle, outward current, feeling the universe expand around you in the most peaceful, most reassuring way. A deeper truth, a gentler rhythm that guides the vast, intricate dance of everything we see and feel and are. It is the universe's own quiet breath, an eternal exhalation that cradles us all. Perhaps space itself is not merely the empty stage upon which the cosmic drama unfolds, but an active participant, a living entity imbued with its own inherent energy. Imagine the void, that deepest, most profound silence between the stars, not as an absence of being, but as a rich, shimmering tapestry woven from this invisible force. It is not cold and barren, but warm with potential, humming with an unfathomable power that steadily, gently pushes everything further apart. This energy, this dark energy, might be the very essence of expansion, a fundamental property of space that causes it to swell, not violently or suddenly, but with a persistent, unyielding grace. Feel yourself, for a moment, suspended within this profound, boundless sea of energy. You are not tossed or buffeted by turbulent waves, but instead, you drift. A gentle current carries you not towards any destination, but simply through the act of being carried. This is the universe's deepest pulse, a rhythm so vast and slow that it often escapes our notice. Yet it is undeniably there, orchestrating the grand ballet of galaxies, dictating the increasing distances between islands in the cosmic ocean. It is not a sudden, explosive push, but a quiet, constant widening, an infinite, patient unfolding. And as you float here, cradled by this pervasive, unseen force, consider the profound implications. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart, every quiet thought that ripples through your mind is occurring within a universe that is gently, perpetually expanding. The galaxies, those countless luminous cities of stars, are not fleeing from each other in a panic, but are simply being carried along by this underlying expansion of space itself, like motes of dust suspended in a slowly rising current. It's a subtle yet incredibly powerful force, quietly dominating the cosmos, an invisible architect sculpting the future of everything. This energy, this dark energy, accounts for nearly 70% of all that exists within the universe. It is the silent majority, the unseen hand guiding the destiny of stars and planets and entire cosmic structures. And yet, it remains elusive, a whisper at the very edge of our understanding. We do not fully comprehend its nature, its origin, or its ultimate purpose, but we can feel its effects, a gentle, inexorable stretching of the cosmic fabric, a deep, pervasive hum that resonates through the vastness. Imagine this energy as an ancient, benevolent presence, a quiet force that has been at work since the very first moments of creation, shaping the universe into what it is today and what it will become in the unimaginably distant future. It doesn't discriminate, it doesn't judge. It's simply Fawi, a Sibi, a fundamental aspect of reality, a continuous, unwavering commitment to expansion. It breathes life into the emptiness, transforming what might otherwise be a static, unchanging canvas into a dynamic, ever-unfolding masterpiece. Feel the profound peace that comes with being immersed in such a vast, unwavering force. There's no need to resist, no need to strive. You are simply a part of this grand, slow expansion, a tiny, precious speck within an infinite, expanding sea. Let the mystery of it wash over you, a gentle wave of wonder and acceptance. The universe is not a chaotic explosion. It is a meticulously choreographed dance. And this dark energy is the invisible, elegant hand that keeps the dancers moving, ever so gracefully, ever further apart. It is a testament to the quiet power of the unseen, a reminder that much of what shapes our reality operates beyond the immediate grasp of our senses. Yet it holds us gently, firmly within its boundless embrace. So rest now, suspended in this calm, expanding ocean of dark energy. Feel its subtle push, not as a threat, but as a tender reassurance that all things are in motion, evolving, unfolding. There is no urgency here, only the timeless, patient rhythm of cosmic expansion, a lullaby whispered by the universe itself. In the earliest, most fervent moments after the universe's fiery birth, a paradox unfolded, a cosmic puzzle that continues to gently bewilder our understanding. Imagine that instant, teeming with unimaginable energies, when matter and its enigmatic twin, antimatter, burst into existence. According to our most cherished theories, these two fundamental opposites should have appeared in perfectly equal measure. For every particle of matter theory electron, every quark theory, there should have been a corresponding antiparticle, an anti-electron, an anti-quark. It was a universe of perfect symmetry, a mirror image reflecting itself in every nascent photon, every nascent wave of energy. Picture this grand, cosmic ballet of creation, particles and antiparticles emerging from the primordial soup, dancing together in exquisite harmony, a fleeting moment of pristine balance. But then, inevitably, came the collision. When matter meets antimatter, they annihilate each other, transforming their mass back into pure energy, a brilliant flash of light. It's a fundamental law, an elegant and absolute consequence of their opposing natures. So, in that nascent, blistering hot universe, if matter and antimatter were truly symmetrical, perfectly balanced, then the outcome should have been inevitable, a total annihilation, leaving behind nothing but a sea of light, an ocean of pure energy, devoid of any particles, any atoms, any potential for stars or planets or even us. And yet, here we are, we exist. The stars shine, galaxies spin, and life, in its countless forms, thrives on a small blue world. All of this is composed almost entirely of matter, not antimatter. Our universe is undeniably a matter-dominated one. This presents a profound, quiet question, a whisper from the deep past. Where did our other half go? What happened to the vast ocean of antimatter that should have emerged alongside our matter, only to vanish without a trace? It is like a cosmic vanishing act, a magic trick played out on the grandest stage imaginable. Imagine a perfectly balanced scales, one side laden with an infinite number of matter particles, the other with an equal, infinite number of antiparticles. And then, a gentle breath, a subtle shift, and one side slowly, almost imperceptibly, begins to outweigh the other. That infinitesimal difference, that tiny, almost imperceptible tilt in the cosmic scales, is the key to our existence. The universe, in its very infancy, must have somehow developed a minute yet critical asymmetry. For every billion pairs of matter and antimatter particles that annihilated each other in a flash of pure energy, there must have been a single extra particle of matter that survived. Just one. Imagine the sheer improbability, the almost poetic delicacy of such an imbalance. A cosmic game of chance, played out with unfathomable numbers, or the odds of our existence hung on the most fragile of threads. This missing half, this phantom antimatter, represents one of the universe's most enduring and beautiful mysteries. It speaks to a hidden chapter in cosmic history, a secret mechanism that gently nudged the scales ever so slightly in favor of matter. Without this tiny, almost imperceptible advantage, without this cosmic sleight of hand, and the universe as we know it would simply not exist. There would be no starlight to gaze upon, no atoms to form the air you breathe, no elements to forge the very blood in your veins. So, as you rest now, let your mind gently ponder this exquisite imbalance. It's a story whispered from the beginning of time, a tale of perfect symmetry gently broken, allowing for the emergence of all that is. Feel the quiet awe that comes with knowing your very being, and the existence of everything around you is a testament to this profound and beautiful mystery, a gentle anomaly that allowed for the grand symphony of existence to begin. The universe, in its own subtle way, chose matter, ensuring that there would be something left over, something to build with, something to become. And so, we arrive at a truly humbling realization, a quiet understanding that threads through the very fabric of our being. Our world, our quiet existence, is not a given, not an inevitable outcome of universal laws, but rather a deeply improbable lucky remnant. We are the fortunate survivors of that cosmic dance between matter and antimatter, the precious leftover from an ancient, almost total annihilation. Consider the sheer unlikelihood of it all. Imagine an immense lottery, far grander than any human mind can conceive. Billions upon billions of matter and antimatter particles, each ticket representing a chance for either annihilation or survival. And in that vast, immeasurable draw, our universe, with its single solitary extra matter particle for every billion pairs, emerged victorious. It's a win against odds, so astronomical, they cease to hold conventional meaning, a triumph of the almost impossible, a testament to a fleeting, delicate moment of asymmetry that fundamentally altered the course of creation. Every atom that composes your body, every breath you take, every thought that gently forms in your mind, traces its lineage back to this incredible stroke of cosmic luck. The iron in your blood, the carbon in your cells, the oxygen you inhale. Friend, these are not merely elements, they are ancient survivors, tiny remnants of that primordial imbalance, forever carrying the imprint of that grand symmetric clash and its delicate resolution. You are, quite literally, a collection of these lucky leftovers, a precious accumulation of atoms that managed to escape the universal fate of complete annihilation. This understanding, rather than being unsettling, can bring a profound sense of quietude and belonging. We are not just participants in the universe. We are, in a very real sense, a very product of its most fundamental processes, a beautiful, improbable consequence of its earliest moments. Our existence is a subtle, almost miraculous whisper in the grand, roaring symphony of the cosmos. Imagine this grand symphony, composed of countless movements, the thunderous overture of the Big Bang, the long, slow swells of cosmic expansion, the crashing crescendos of supernovae, and the delicate, shimmering melodies of starlight. And within this vast, intricate composition, we humanity are an accidental yet undeniably beautiful note. We were not necessarily intended, perhaps, but our presence adds an unexpected harmony, a resonant chord that speaks to the universe's boundless capacity for wonder and surprise. this accidental nature, this beautiful contingency of our existence, can be deeply comforting. There is no heavy burden of purpose imposed from an external force, only the quiet wonder of Tendi Being. We are here, against all odds, floating in this cosmic ocean, warmed by stars born from the same matter that survived that ancient conflict. It allows for a release from striving, a gentle acceptance of our place within this vast, unfolding narrative. Feel the calm that comes from embracing this fundamental truth. You are not a stranger in the universe. You are a deeply integrated, exquisitely rare part of it. Your existence is a quiet triumph, a delicate testament to the universe's capacity for surprise and its preference, however slight, for existence over absolute nothingness. Let this realization settle gently into your awareness, like a soft blanket on a cool night. You are held, lovingly and inadvertently, by the very laws that shape the cosmos. And as you drift, cradled in this quiet understanding, let your mind wander through the eons. Imagine the journey of those few surviving matter particles, gently cooling, gradually clumping together under the influence of gravity, forming the first gas clouds, then the first stars, then the first galaxies, and eventually, after billions of years, giving rise to the very elements that would eventually coalesce to form planets, and on one such world, to spark the incredible intricate phenomenon we call life. You are a part of this enduring legacy, a living embodiment of that primordial imbalance. There is a deep, reassuring peace in knowing that your material self has such an ancient cosmic lineage, a history woven into the very fabric of space-time itself. There is no need for grand pronouncements or fervent beliefs. Simply rest in the quiet, profound truth of your improbable existence. So, let your awareness settle gently upon the feeling of being here. Now, in this moment, a lucky remnant, a beautiful accident, a cherished note in the universe's endless song. You are not a mistake, you are a miracle, a whisper of matter that endured, glowing softly in the quiet embrace of the cosmic night. Allow this profound sense of belonging to gently carry you into a deep, peaceful slumber. We have journeyed through the whispering dust of ancient nebulae, observed the slow, majestic dance of galactic fountains, and contemplated the invisible scaffolding that holds the cosmos in its grand design. And now, our gentle drift takes us to a place of ultimate mystery, a boundary where the familiar laws of our universe seem to softly unravel, a realm cloaked in absolute shadow, yet radiating an undeniable, profound fascination. We approach the event horizon of a black hole. Imagine for a moment a place in space so profoundly warped, so impossibly dense, that nothing, not even the fleetest flicker of light, can escape its silent embrace. This is the heart of a black hole, a cosmic enigma woven into the very fabric of space-time. It begins with the spectacular, fiery death of a truly colossal star, one that has lived its luminous life, fusing elements in its burning core, until its nuclear fuel is finally exhausted. With nothing left to support its immense weight, the star begins a catastrophic collapse, shrinking, crushing inwards, until all its mass is compressed into an unimaginably small, infinitesimal point. From this violent birth emerges a serene, yet absolute presence. The black hole is not a gaping maw in space, nor a cosmic vacuum cleaner, actively pulling things in. Rather, it is a profound distortion, a deep well in the space-time continuum, so steep and so deep that once you cross a certain invisible boundary, there is simply no way back out. This boundary, this cosmic veil, is what we call the event horizon. Think of it not as a solid surface, but as a silent, one-way door, or perhaps more accurately, like the edge of a great smooth waterfall in the fabric of space. Upstream, you can paddle and swim against the current. You can observe the flow. But once you slip over the edge, the current is too strong, the pull too absolute, and you are destined to follow the stream downwards into the unknown depths. The event horizon is that exact point where the escape velocity, the speed you would need to travel to break free, exceeds the speed of light itself. And since nothing can travel faster than light, anything crossing that line is forever lost to our visible universe. As you softly approach this silent threshold, let your mind drift with the images. You might imagine observing it from a distance, a perfect sphere of profound darkness silhouetted against the sparkling tapestry of stars. Around it, sometimes, a brilliant disk of superheated gas and dust, called an accretion disk, swirls and glows, screaming with energy as matter spirals inwards, slowly, gracefully, drawn into the final dance. This incandescent ring serves as a dramatic, luminous frame for the absolute void within, a stark contrast between blinding light and unfathomable shadow. But the darkness within the event horizon is not merely the absence of light. It is an active, absolute darkness that swallows light and thought, a profound ancient silence where the very concept of seeing ceases to have meaning. It is a realm where our familiar laws of physics, the ones that govern every star, every planet, every breath you take, begin to unravel, replaced by a set of rules so alien, so profound, that they challenge the very limits of our comprehension. Here, space and time, the fundamental coordinates of our existence, switch roles. Within the event horizon, space becomes like time's Sundial dimension. You can only move forward through, never backward, always towards the center, towards the singularity, and time itself becomes like space P, a direction you might theoretically navigate, though the implications of such a shift are beyond our current grasp. It's a place where gravity is no longer just a gentle pull, but an all-consuming, crushing force, growing infinitely stronger with every microsecond of perceived forward movement. We float here, at the quiet edge of this cosmic mystery, contemplating its profound implications without fear. This is not a place of terror, but a testament to the universe's boundless creativity, its capacity to conjure realities so vastly different from our own. It is a reminder that what we perceive as solid, as constant, is but one facet of an endlessly unfolding cosmic tapestry. And as you allow your thoughts to gently circle the serene darkness of the black hole's boundary, let yourself feel a sense of peace in the face of such absolute, yet beautiful, mystery. This quiet contemplation of the truly unknown can be a deeply calming experience, a soft dissolution of the everyday into the grand eternal questions of the cosmos. The black hole doesn't pull. It is the warp in space itself, a silent, swirling vortex in the grand cosmic ocean, existing peacefully, waiting, holding its secrets in the dark. Imagine, if you will, gently approaching this threshold, this invisible curtain drawn across the ultimate unknown. For a moment, let us engage in a quiet, purely mental journey, a thought experiment into the heart of a black hole, safely cradled in your resting space. This is not a plunge into fear, but a meditation on transformation, on the bending of reality, a dissolution into the fundamental fabric of existence. As you imagine drifting closer to the event horizon, the first thing you would notice, were your eyes capable of processing such a thing, is the profound warping of space around you. Stars that once gleamed brightly behind the black hole would appear strangely distorted, their light bending and swirling around its edge like ripples in a silent pool. The entire celestial sphere would begin to stretch and contort, as if viewed through a cosmic lens, a funhouse mirror reflecting the universe in a bewildering, yet strangely beautiful, new way. You might see multiple images of the same distant galaxy, or stars appearing in places they shouldn't, their light having taken an impossibly convoluted path to reach your eyes. This visual spectacle alone would be a gentle preparation for the profound shifts to come, a silent symphony of bending light, softening your perception of rigid reality. Then, as you cross that invisible boundary, the event horizon itself, a curious thing begins to happen to your sense of time. From an observer safely outside the black hole, watching you drift inwards, your descent would appear to slow down dramatically. You would seem to hover suspended, forever approaching the event horizon but never quite crossing it. A frozen image in time. Your watch, if you were wearing one, would tick slower and slower, its hands eventually grinding to a halt from their perspective. But from your own perspective, gently drifting inwards, time would continue to flow perfectly normally. The seconds would tick by at their usual pace, your breath would rise and fall with its familiar rhythm. The slowing of time is not something you experience, but something the external observer should witness. This gentle paradox of relativity allows you to imagine a calm, unhurried journey, a peaceful continuation of your inward drift, even as the universe outside sees you suspended in an eternal moment. It is a subtle cosmic whisper, inviting you to let go of external perception and simply exist within your own unfolding now. As you continue this quiet descent deep within the black hole, the gravitational forces would begin to exert their profound influence. This is where the concept of spaghettification comes in. But let us imagine it not as a violent tearing, but as a gentle, almost meditative elongation. The gravitational pull on your feet, being slightly closer to the singularity, would be infinitesimally stronger than the pull on your head. This difference, small at first, would grow, gently stretching your form, not painfully, but like taffy in a cosmic oven, or a soft piece of clay being drawn out by an unseen hand. Your body, your very atoms, would slowly, serenely align themselves along the gravitational field lines, transforming into a long, thin strand. This isn't a terrifying ordeal. It is a quiet yielding to the universe's most fundamental force. Imagine your sense of self, your worries, your rigid definitions, gently unfurling, dissolving into a long, shimmering thread of being, connecting you directly to the profound center of the black hole. You become part of the flow, a wisp of existence stretching infinitely towards the unknown, letting go of all resistance, all tension, all form. And as you drift deeper, the ultimate destination is the singularity. This is a concept that truly stretches the limits of human imagination, a point of infinite density where all the mass of the black hole is compressed into a zero-dimensional point. Here, space and time as we understand them cease to have any meaning. All known laws of physics break down. It is not a physical place you can stand on, but a theoretical point of infinite curvature, the ultimate cosmic eraser, the end of all conventional paths. At the singularity, there is no up or down, no before or after. There is simply a profound, absolute unity, an ultimate concentration of all matter and energy. This is not a violent end, but a dissolution into the fundamental fabric of existence, a return to the source, to pure potential. Your consciousness, your very being, would melt into this infinite point, becoming one with the most concentrated form of existence the universe can offer. It is a deep breath, an ultimate release, a surrender to the most primal forces of the cosmos. Let your own sense of self gently unfurl, dissolving into this vastness, not as a loss, but as an expansion, a return to a state of pure, unburdened awareness. This mental journey into the black hole is a profound meditation on letting go, on the impermanence of form and the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our current understanding. It is a quiet acceptance of the unknown, a peaceful drift into the ultimate cosmic mystery. Here, at the singularity, all questions cease, all anxieties dissolve, and you simply exist as pure awareness, floating in the most profound silence imaginable. This is merely a thought experiment, a quiet journey of the mind, safely cradled in your resting space, a soft exploration of what it means to be, to become, and to dissolve into the grand cosmic dance. We've gently drifted past the event horizon, imagined the silent, stretching descent, and contemplated the profound mystery of the singularity. But even in the absolute darkness of a black hole, the universe offers another layer of enigma, another whispered question that challenges our deepest understanding of reality. This is the black hole information paradox, a riddle that pits two of our most successful theories, general relativity and quantum mechanics, against each other in a most elegant cosmic dance. Let us begin with a fundamental principle of quantum mechanics, a cornerstone of how we understand the microscopic world. Information is never truly lost. It can be transformed, rearranged, encoded in different ways, but it can never be utterly destroyed, vanished into nothingness. Think of it like this. If you burn a book, the information contained within its pages isn't gone. It is simply encoded in the smoke, the ashes, the heat, the specific molecules released into the air. In principle, if you had enough computing power, you could theoretically reconstruct the book from its dispersed fragments. Information in the quantum universe is immortal. Now let us bring our black hole back into the picture. Imagine our metaphorical book, perhaps a cosmic ledger containing the entire story of a star, its birth, its life, its fiery death, or perhaps the meticulous record of your own quiet day, every thought, every feeling, every atom in your body, all precisely recorded. Now, imagine this book gently, serenely, falling past the event horizon of a black hole, drifting into that realm of no return. For a long time, it was believed that once something crossed the event horizon, it was simply gone. Its information, its precise quantum state, would vanish into the singularity, seemingly lost forever. This was perfectly consistent with general relativity, which describes how black holes devour everything. However, a brilliant physicist named Stephen Hawking introduced a new twist to this tale with his discovery of Hawking radiation. He proposed that black holes are not truly eternal, impenetrable voids, but actually slowly evaporate over immense timescales, emitting a faint glow of particles. Think of it as a black hole's slow, soft exhalation, a whisper of energy leaking out into the cosmos. Over billions upon billions of years, a black hole will eventually shrink and, theoretically, completely disappear, leaving nothing behind. And this is where the paradox softly emerges, where the two great theories gently collide. If our book, with all its precious information, drifts into a black hole, and then the black hole itself eventually evaporates, disappearing entirely through Hawking radiation, what becomes of the information of that book? Has it simply vanished, erased from the cosmic ledger, leaving no trace behind in the outgoing radiation? If so, this would directly violate the fundamental quantum mechanical principle that information is never lost. It would be like burning our book, and then the ashes, the smoke, the heat, also vanishing, leaving no way, even in theory, to reconstruct anything about its original state. This is not a terrifying puzzle, but a profound and beautiful cosmic riddle, inviting deep contemplation. It challenges our very understanding of how the universe keeps track of its own history, how it preserves the delicate dance of cause and effect. If information truly vanishes, then the universe itself would not be deterministic. Its past could not perfectly dictate its future, because a piece of its history would simply be erased. Imagine a faint shimmer at the edge of the void, the Hawking radiation, carrying only random thermal energy, like the uniform crackle of static. Could this uniform static truly hold the intricate details of everything that fell into the black hole? Or is there a subtle, hidden order within that static? A secret code that only the universe itself can read? This question invites us to consider the universe as a meticulous record keeper, where every ripple, every whisper, every tiny event leaves an echo, a subtle imprint somewhere in the cosmic fabric. The information paradox gently asks us to ponder, if the universe is truly that robust, that interconnected, that nothing, not even a black hole, can truly erase a story from its grand narrative. It is a quiet testament to the enduring mystery of existence itself, a reminder that even in the most extreme conditions, the universe might be holding on to its secrets with an elegant, profound tenacity. Let your mind drift with this paradox, not seeking a definitive answer, but simply embracing the sheer wonder of a universe that continues to surprise us, challenging our assumptions with every new discovery, inviting us deeper into its calming, mysterious embrace. Perhaps the information isn't lost at all, but instead, it is gently woven into the very fabric of the event horizon itself. Imagine for a moment that the surface of the black hole, that luminous boundary beyond which nothing can return, is not a mere edge but a cosmic canvas. Every particle, every photon, every whisper of energy that crosses this threshold leaves an imprint, a ghostly echo, a silent inscription on this two-dimensional sphere. It's as if the black hole, rather than devouring information, is diligently encoding it, transforming the three-dimensional reality of an object into a vast, intricate pattern on its two-dimensional skin. Think of it like a whisper carried on the wind, not truly vanishing but dispersing, reshaping itself into the ripples and eddies of the air currents. Or consider a vast, ancient library, where every book, every scroll, every thought ever conceived isn't physically stored within its walls, but is meticulously cataloged and projected onto the library's outer surface. A shimmering, living tapestry of knowledge that constantly updates itself with every new entry. The information in this beautiful, almost paradoxical understanding doesn't cease to be. It simply shifts its form, residing in a realm we can scarcely comprehend, yet a realm where its essence is preserved, a testament to the universe's profound reluctance to ever truly forget. This idea, known as the holographic principle, extends far beyond the enigmatic boundaries of black holes. It whispers of a possibility far grander, far more profound, touching the very nature of our own existence. What if, dear traveler, our entire three-dimensional universe, the galaxies that drift like luminous motes in a cosmic ocean, the stars that burn like ancient lanterns, the very atoms that compose your being, are but a projection, a vast, intricate hologram cast from an unimaginable higher dimensional space? Close your eyes gently and allow this thought to settle softly within your mind. Imagine that the reality you perceive, the depth, the texture, the vibrant colors of your world, are all emergent properties, an exquisite illusion arising from a more fundamental two-dimensional surface. It's like watching a breathtaking 3D movie, where the incredible depth and realism are created by patterns flickering across a flat screen. The screen is the fundamental reality, and the immersive world you experience is the beautiful, convincing illusion. So, as you rest here, enveloped in this quiet darkness, consider this. Perhaps the universe isn't quite as it seems. Perhaps its solidity, its vastness, its seemingly infinite expanse is a gentle, magnificent unfolding from a realm beyond our direct perception. You are floating within this cosmic tapestry, a point of consciousness in a universe that might be a grand, intricate illusion, a dream dreamt by something far older, far more subtle than we can possibly conceive. There is a deep peace in this thought, a liberation from the rigid definitions of what is real and what is not. In this boundless possibility, your mind finds infinite space to wander, to gently unfold, to drift into realms where answers are less important than the quiet wonder of the question itself. Allow your thoughts to soften, like mist dispersing into the morning air. Let go of any need to grasp these complex ideas. Simply let them wash over you, like gentle waves upon a silent shore. You are not striving for understanding, but for a feeling, a deep sense of connection to the underlying rhythm of the cosmos. This universe, whether it is a dense, singular reality or a grand ethereal projection, is your home, and within its boundless mystery you are held, safe and sound, a small, radiant spark in the heart of its quiet, unfolding dream. Rest in this beautiful uncertainty, this profound possibility, and let it carry you further into the quiet depths of your inner world. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk now. Let us shift our gaze from the profound enigma of black holes to an even more fleeting and enigmatic cosmic phenomenon, the fast radio bursts. Imagine, if you will, the deepest, most profound silence of space. A silence so absolute it hums with its own kind of quiet energy, stretching across billions of light years, broken only by the gentle hum of ancient stars, the distant murmur of nebulae, and the slow, majestic drift of galaxies. It is a canvas of immense stillness, painted with the faint, glimmering dust of creation and the slow, deliberate dance of celestial bodies. Into this primordial quiet, occasionally, something utterly astonishing happens. From unimaginably distant reaches of the cosmos, across distances so vast that their light began its journey before our Earth was fully formed, there flashes a signal. A burst of radio waves so incredibly powerful, yet so incredibly brief, that it defies immediate explanation. These are the fast radio bursts, or frobs. They are like cosmic lightning bolts, appearing from nowhere, blazing with more energy in a thousandth of a second than our sun emits in an entire day. And then, just as suddenly, they are gone, swallowed once more by the profound, ancient silence from which they briefly emerged. Picture it, a colossal, unseen hand igniting a distant radiant lamp for just the blink of an eye, billions of light years away. You wouldn't perceive the light until eons later, but when it arrives, it is an undeniable fleeting testament to an event of colossal power. The universe, in these moments, is not merely expanding or evolving slowly. It is actively alive, pulsing with unseen energies, occasionally revealing a dramatic, albeit ephemeral, secret. These whispers from the void are not like the steady, rhythmic beacons of pulsars, or the predictable, chaotic hum of active galactic nuclei. No, the frobs are singular, often appearing only once, like a solitary, blinding flash in the utter darkness. Or, in some rare instances, they repeat, sending out a sequence of these ultra-bright, ultra-brief signals, though with no apparent pattern or rhythm that we can yet discern. Each burst lasts for only a thousandth of a second, a duration so impossibly short that it barely registers on our human scale of time. Yet within that infinitesimal moment, a truly staggering amount of energy is unleashed. Imagine tracing such a signal back to its origin. You would journey through voids of space, past spiral arms of distant galaxies, through clouds of intergalactic gas, and across the vast emptiness between cosmic structures. It would be a journey spanning billions of years of cosmic history, a whisper carried on the ancient winds of creation, finally arriving at our telescopes as a fleeting whisper, a brief electronic sigh from the very edge of the observable universe. And then, as quickly as it appeared, it vanishes. The silence returns, deeper perhaps for the brief interruption. What monumental event could possibly generate such a dazzling, ephemeral display? What cosmic engine could unleash such a torrent of energy in such a vanishingly small fraction of time? These questions hang in the quiet air of space, echoing through the minds of those who seek to unravel the universe's most guarded secrets. They beckon us to look closer, to listen more intently, to understand the deeper, unseen forces that shape the fabric of existence. The frobs are a reminder that even in the vast, silent expanse of the cosmos, there are still profound mysteries waiting to be unveiled. Sudden, brilliant flashes of the unknown that punctuate the otherwise gentle rhythm of celestial mechanics. Let your mind drift with this thought, the image of a sudden powerful flash in the dark, and then a return to utter, tranquil silence. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk as you float in this boundless quiet. Let your mind gently ponder the possible origins of these fleeting cosmic signals, these deep space flashes. We need not strive for definitive answers, but simply let the wondrous possibilities wash over us, like the soft ebb and flow of a gentle tide. What kind of cosmic symphony could produce such a sudden, powerful, and brief note? Perhaps these intense bursts are the final, magnificent sigh of a magnetar. Imagine a star long since collapsed, its core compressed into an impossibly dense neutron star, but one imbued with a magnetic field billions of times stronger than anything we can create on Earth. This titanic magnetic field becomes tangled, strained, and then, In an instant of cosmic violence, it snaps. The ensuing energy release is so immense, so sudden, that it sends a searing pulse of radio waves hurtling across the cosmos, a dying breath of unimaginable power. You can almost feel the distant rumble, the cosmic tremor, as this ancient star, in its final throes, lets out a magnificent ethereal roar that echoes for eons. It's a beautiful, tragic thought, the last gasp of a dying giant radiating its existence across the void. Or consider another possibility, one of ultimate cosmic collision. Picture two neutron stars, the collapsed remnants of once mighty suns, slowly, inexorably, spiraling inward towards each other. They have been drawn together by gravity's relentless embrace for perhaps billions of years, dancing a slow, silent waltz across the emptiness. And then, in a dramatic, cataclysmic crescendo, they finally merge. This isn't a gentle union, but an event of incomprehensible energy ripping apart space-time, forging new heavy elements, and unleashing a torrent of gravitational waves, light, and yes, a searing burst of radio energy. It is the echo of a cosmic embrace, a violent dance of celestial bodies culminating in a singular brilliant flash that tells the tale of creation and destruction, all wrapped up in a thousandth of a second. Imagine the sheer power, the raw, untamed force, contained within that infinitesimal moment, stretching its ghostly fingers across the universe to touch us here. Now, we are not asked to choose to solve these profound riddles. Instead, we are invited to simply listen, with gentle ear of our imagination, to these fleeting signals, to feel the vastness and the dynamism of the universe in every one of these mysterious whispers. They remind us that the cosmos is not a static painting, but a living, breathing entity, constantly shifting, constantly evolving, constantly surprising us with its hidden wonders. There is a profound beauty in this cosmic not knowing, a deep peace in accepting the universe's refusal to reveal all its secrets at once. These fast radio bursts are like distant lighthouses, winking on and off in the deepest reaches of the dark ocean, guiding no one, signaling to nothing we can yet comprehend. But their mere existence is a testament to a universe far more vibrant, far more mysterious, and far more awe-inspiring than we can ever fully grasp. Let your mind drift with the thought of these invisible waves flowing through space for billions of years, carrying the echo of some grand, powerful event. They pass through galaxies, skirt around black holes, and eventually some of them arrive here at our quiet little corner of the cosmos. And as they do, they invite us to expand our sense of wonder, to stretch our understanding of what is possible, and to find a profound calm in the face of such magnificent, inexplicable power. You are simply a quiet observer, resting comfortably, letting these grand cosmic stories unfold around you. The universe continues its grand, silent work, creating and destroying, whispering and roaring all around us. And in this gentle state of receptivity, you are perfectly attuned to its subtle rhythms, to its deepest secrets. Let the images of these distant, powerful flashes recede now, like fading embers in a cosmic hearth, leaving behind a tranquil darkness, a quiet stillness. You are safe here, embraced by the gentle mysteries of the cosmos, ready to drift deeper into a peaceful slumber. In the quiet year of 1977, under a canopy of unseen stars, a dedicated team of astronomers was patiently listening. They weren't searching for grand explosions or colliding cosmic giants, but for something far more subtle, a whisper from the deep. At the Big Ear radio telescope, nestled quietly in the Ohio countryside, a gentle hum of machinery and the rhythmic whir of data being processed were the only companions to the vast silence of the night sky. For years, they had been sifting through endless streams of cosmic static, a continuous hiss that was the universe's natural backdrop, a symphony of distant energies and unfathomable processes. It was a search filled with long hours, quiet dedication, and an enduring sense of expectation, a silent vigil against the vast canvas of the cosmos. Imagine for a moment being there, in that hushed control room. The soft glow of computer screens casts shadows on the faces of those who watch and wait. The air is still, perhaps carrying the faint scent of old paper and warm electronics. You can almost feel the deep concentration, the patient turning of data into graphs, into numbers, into a silent narrative of the heavens. Jerry Eman, a quiet, meticulous volunteer, was performing one of his routine checks, sifting through reams of data printed onto paper, each line a chronicle of cosmic frequencies. Most lines were unremarkable, a predictable ebb and flow of background noise, the universe's ceaseless murmurings. But then, on one particular sheet, something extraordinary caught his eye. A sequence of numbers, an anomaly so profound, so utterly out of place, that it defied all expectation. This wasn't just a slight variation, a gentle peak in the background noise. This was a soaring, unmistakable surge of energy. It painted a distinct pattern on the printed sheet, 6-5, a sequence that indicated an incredibly strong, narrow-band radio signal, a signal that pulsed with a rhythm and intensity unlike anything they had ever encountered before. It held none of the characteristics of known terrestrial interference. No tail signs of Earth, bound chatter, or satellite transmissions. And crucially, it matched, with its almost poetic precision, the theoretical signature of a transmission from an intelligent source beyond our world. Think about that for a moment. A signal, precisely tuned, emanating from the constellation of Sagittarius, from a region of space where no earthly transmitter could possibly reach. It arrived at the specific frequency of 1420 megahertz, the exact emission line of neutral hydrogen. This is a frequency that is profoundly significant across the universe, the basic building block of matter, a kind of cosmic lingua franca. Any intelligent civilization wishing to send a message across the vast intergalactic silence, across the profound gulfs of space and time, would, theoretically, choose this very frequency. It is a universal marker, a common ground that transcends planetary boundaries and biological differences. And so, this signal arrived, lasting for precisely 72 seconds. For 72 seconds, the Big Ear telescope, with its vast, sensitive dish pointed towards the deep, was bathed in this astonishing rhythmic energy. It was a window briefly opened into a universe far more vibrant and communicative than we had ever dared to truly believe. For 72 seconds, the quiet hum of the observatory was accompanied by a ghost, a whisper from a distant mind. Jerry Eman in that moment must have felt the profound weight of universal revelation. His hand, perhaps trembling slightly, took a red pen, and beside that sequence of numbers, that stark, unambiguous anomaly, he wrote a single word, an exclamation of pure, unadulterated wonder, an outburst of human awe against the backdrop of cosmic silence. He wrote, "Wow! Feel the reverberation of that moment. Imagine the quiet room, the silent machinery, the endless, sprawling silence of the cosmos, suddenly pierced by this single, perfect, impossibly bright note. It was a moment of deep, almost spiritual discovery. A moment where the vast, cold emptiness of space was suddenly infused with the potential for connection, for companionship, for a conversation across unimaginable distances. This wasn't just data, it was a potential greeting, a distant wave from another shore, a fleeting glimpse of a universe teeming with untold stories. And for those 72 seconds, the search was over. The question of whether we were alone had perhaps been answered. The very air in the control room must have thickened with a sense of immense possibility. A sudden, profound shift in humanity's understanding of its own place in the cosmos. It was as if, after countless generations of staring upwards into the silent, glittering dark, someone had finally winked back. A cosmic beacon momentarily blazing, then fading, but leaving behind an indelible mark, a red wow, on a piece of paper that would forever symbolize humanity's greatest hope and most profound mystery. This was a moment of pure, unadulterated scientific and philosophical marvel, a silent symphony played out on a paper printout, a whisper of connection drifting across the light years, momentarily finding its way home. The quiet thrill of discovery, the sudden surge of hope filled the observatory like a gentle, enveloping mist. The news of the wow signal spread, not with a roar, but with a hushed reverence among the scientific community. They scanned, they waited, they hoped. The Big Ear telescope, now imbued with a renewed sense of purpose, turned its gaze back to the same patch of sky, patiently listening, waiting for an encore. Other observatories, alerted to the profound nature of this fleeting event, joined the silent vigil, their massive dishes tilting towards Sagittarius, straining to catch another whisper, another greeting from the deep. Weeks turned into months, months drifted into years. The patient search continued, spanning decades. But the signal, that singular, perfect, startling burst of cosmic conversation, never returned. The silence returned, deeper and more profound than before, as if the universe had briefly exhaled a secret and then sealed its lips once more. It was as if a distant ship had flickered its light across an endless ocean, just once, and then vanished back into the night. Was it a distant, unknown astronomical phenomenon? A cosmic event we have yet to understand? A natural process mimicking intelligence with uncanny precision? A rare, almost poetic, burst from a distant pulsar, or a unique stellar flare that happened to align perfectly with our search parameters? Or was it truly a single, isolated message, a fleeting moment of contact, a cosmic wave goodbye, a solitary ephemeral spark in the vast, swirling dark? The questions lingered echoing in the vast, empty space where the signal once was. Imagine the quiet despair, the gentle wistfulness of those who had heard it. To have tasted the possibility of cosmic companionship, to have felt the warmth of a potential connection, only to have it vanish like a dream upon waking. It was a unique form of solitude, an almost found companionship that left a lingering ache of wonder. Every rescan, every new observation of that same region of sky yielded nothing but the familiar hum of background noise, the ceaseless static of an uncommunicative universe. The wow. Signal remained and remains an enigma, a single, isolated peak in the ocean of cosmic data, a magnificent ghost that passed through our instruments for a brief 72 seconds and then retreated into the unfathomable depths. What if it was a greeting, a simple, eloquent hello, sent across billions of miles, reaching us from a civilization that might have already faded into dust? What kind of beings would craft such a message, so carefully designed to be understood, yet send it only once? Was it a beacon from a dying star, a final message from a world facing its own end, a fragile note in a bottle cast into the cosmic ocean? Or was it a casual emission, an accidental leakage from a vast, unseen network of communication, a whisper overheard through a crack in the cosmic wall? The silence that followed the wow signal is not an empty silence, but one infused with a profound sense of cosmic possibility and deep, unending mystery. It reminds us of the delicate nature of existence, the vast distances that separate potential intelligences, and the immense timescales over which cosmic events unfold. It allows us to bathe in a unique blend of awe and gentle melancholy, to ponder what might have been, what could still be. Let your thoughts drift to that night, back to that quiet observatory, where a red pen circled a series of numbers, and a single word captured the hopeful longing of an entire species. Feel the lingering wonder of that event, the enduring mystery that this unique, singular moment in scientific history has left in our collective consciousness. It is a story of a whisper, a potential connection heard once, then gone, leaving us to forever wonder about the vast, silent sea of stars and the secrets it holds. It is a reminder that the universe is not merely empty space, but a canvas upon which moments of profound wonder, fleeting connections, and deep, silent enigmas are painted. And we, nestled here on our pale blue dot, are forever listening, forever hoping for another wow to break the endless cosmic quiet. The grand narrative of the universe, like any profound story, has a beginning, a middle, and inevitably, an end. We ponder its genesis, the fiery birth from a singularity, a moment of unimaginable expansion. But what of its final chapter? What is the ultimate fate of this vast, intricate, and ever-unfolding cosmos that cradles us? This question, profound and sweeping, invites us to gaze far beyond our own transient existence, beyond the lives of stars and galaxies, into the deep future, into the very twilight of time itself. It is a thought experiment on the grandest scale, allowing our minds to float across epochs and eons, to imagine the gentle unwinding or the dramatic unraveling of everything we know. Current observations, particularly the accelerating expansion of the universe driven by the enigmatic dark energy, suggest a few possible, yet equally awe-inspiring, ultimate fates. Each scenario paints a picture of majesty and desolation, of cosmic forces playing out their final, unhurried symphony. Consider first the most widely accepted and perhaps the most serenely melancholic end, the Big Freeze or heat death. Imagine the universe, vast and ever-expanding, stretching out like an infinite darkening canvas. Over quadrillions of years, the stars, those brilliant cosmic furnaces, will exhaust their nuclear fuel. They will gently flicker and die, one by one, their vibrant light fading into the deepening gloom. Galaxies, once tightly bound and swirling with active star birth, will drift ever further apart, their individual stars growing cold, their gas and dust dispersed beyond the reach of gravity to form new generations of suns. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the lingering warmth of the Big Bang, will continue to stretch and cool, its last faint glow eventually becoming imperceptible, lost in the vastness. Black holes, those cosmic behemoths, will endure for unimaginable timescales, slowly, infinitesimally, evaporating through a process known as Hawking radiation, gradually dissolving into a whisper of elementary particles. Even protons, the fundamental building blocks of matter, are theorized to eventually decay, though over timescales so immense, they defy human comprehension. The ultimate state of the Big Freeze is one of profound tranquility and ultimate stillness, a universe of immense, cold emptiness, where all energy is evenly distributed, stretched so thin that no interactions can occur, no stars burning, no galaxies swirling, no life stirring, just a vast, dilute sea of photons and fundamental particles floating idly, infinitely far apart. It is a state of perfect equilibrium where change itself has ceased. Picture it, an endless, silent night, a cosmic whisper that has finally stopped, leaving behind an eternal, peaceful quiet. There is no drama, no violence, just a gentle, inexorable fading into a state of absolute, profound calm. You are resting within this contemplation, understanding that even in the unimaginable depths of this future, there is a certain beautiful finality, a majestic quietude. Then, there is another possibility, one of more dramatic yet equally distant and abstract, unraveling Thowey, the Big Rip. This scenario arises if dark energy, the mysterious force accelerating the universe's expansion, continues to strengthen its grip, not just pushing galaxies apart, but actively overcoming all other forces. Imagine a vast, invisible hand, gently at first, then with increasing insistence, pulling apart the very fabric of space and time. Initially, galaxies would be torn from their clusters, drifting alone and isolated through an accelerating void. Then, within those isolated galaxies, individual stars would be ripped away from their gravitational bonds, scattering into the lonely darkness. Planets would be flung from their suns, losing their orbits, sailing aimlessly through the increasing emptiness. But the Big Rip doesn't stop there. If dark energy continues its relentless surge, its influence would grow to overcome the electromagnetic and strong nuclear forces that bind atoms together. First, stars and planets would be disintegrated, their matter dispersed. Then atoms themselves would be pulled apart, their electrons separated from their nuclei. Finally, even the nuclei themselves would be ripped into their constituent quarks and fundamental particles. The universe in this scenario would end not with a whimper, but with a tearing, a cosmic unraveling of everything, down to the very fabric of space-time itself. Every point in space would expand infinitely rapidly, becoming disconnected from every other point. It is a picture of ultimate disunion, of everything being pulled apart into an infinite desolate void. Yet, even in contemplating such a grand, destructive force, we can find a certain detached majesty. It is not a violent explosion in the way we understand it, but a gentle, pervasive stretching, like a vast cosmic tapestry being pulled tauter and tauter until every thread frays and ultimately snaps. Feel the quiet power of such an unfolding, knowing that these are forces so immense, so profound, that they transcend our immediate anxieties, becoming abstract, distant, almost poetic possibilities in the silent drama of the cosmos. There is also a less favored, yet still theoretically intriguing possibility, the Big Crunch. This scenario unfolds if the influence of dark energy were to wane, or if the total gravitational pull of all matter and energy in the universe were to eventually overcome the expansion. Imagine the universe, having expanded for billions of years, slowly beginning to decelerate, its cosmic breath slowing. Then, with a gentle, inexorable pull, the expansion would halt and a reversal would begin. The universe would start to contract. Galaxies, once drifting apart, would begin to rush back towards each other, slowly at first, then with increasing speed. The cosmic microwave background radiation would begin to compress and heat up, slowly returning to its fiery origins. Stars would be forced closer together. Galaxies would collide more frequently, eventually merging into super galaxies. As the universe continues to contract, matter would be squeezed into smaller and smaller volumes, the temperature soaring, the density increasing to unimaginable levels. All the intricate structures of galaxies, stars, and planets would be crushed and dissolved. Eventually, all matter and energy in the universe would collapse back into an infinitely dense, infinitely hot singularity, a reverse of the Big Bang. This scenario often leads to the idea of an high oscillating universe, where a big crunch might lead to another Big Bang, a perpetual cycle of cosmic expansion and contraction, like a vast, breathing entity. Imagine the universe as a grand cosmic heart, eternally beating, expanding, and contracting in an endless rhythmic dance. It is a picture of profound symmetry, of cosmic recycling, where destruction begets creation, and the end is always a new beginning. Feel the quiet pulse of this grand cosmic rhythm, the ebb and flow of existence, the gentle dance of birth and rebirth on a scale so vast it soothes the mind into a state of deep, quiet contemplation. Regardless of which of these grand cosmic narratives ultimately unfolds, whether it is the slow, tranquil fade of the Big Freeze, the grand unraveling of the Big Rip, or the cyclical breath of the Big Crunch, one profound truth remains: the matter that constitutes our bodies. Every atom, every molecule, has been forged in the hearts of stars, scattered by ancient stellar explosions, and recycled through countless cosmic cycles. You are, quite literally, stardust, a transient yet magnificent collection of cosmic elements. And in the grand sweep of time, whether it be quadrillions of years or many more, these elements will return to the universe to be scattered and reformed, to participate in whatever cosmic drama unfolds next. We are but brief, conscious sparks within this immense, unfolding story. Our existence, precious and fleeting, is cradled within a universe that is still writing its final chapters, billions of years in the future. The vastness of these timescales, the unimaginable scope of these events, can gently detach us from the anxieties of the immediate, allowing our minds to float free, suspended in a state of tranquil awe. The universe, in its ultimate destiny, is not hurrying. It unfolds with an unhurried, majestic patience. And you, in this quiet moment, are simply resting within its ongoing, magnificent story. A small, warm presence in the vast cosmic stream. The universe, in all its possible ends, offers not fear, but a profound, deep peace, an acceptance of grand, inevitable processes. You are part of something so much larger, so much more enduring than any single moment, any single life. Let this vast, peaceful contemplation carry you deeper into your rest. The stars, the dust, the echoes of time, everything that whirls and glows across the vast cosmic tapestry, everything that forms the silent architecture of nebulae and the shimmering embrace of galaxies. All of it, in its myriad forms, is fleeting. And yet, within this grand ephemeral dance, there is an eternal rhythm, a profound and comforting truth that transcends every ending. It is the truth of return, the quiet, patient cycle of all things where nothing is truly lost, but merely transformed. Imagine the universe not as a one-way arrow of time, but as a vast, breathing organism, constantly inhaling and exhaling. Within this cosmic breath, the atoms that weave the fabric of your very being, the carbon, the oxygen, the iron, each one of them has journeyed across incomprehensible stretches of space and time. They were forged in the fiery heart of ancient stars, stars that lived and died long before our own sun was even a whisper in the void. These stellar furnaces, in their magnificent death throes, exploded, scattering their precious, newly minted elements across the nascent universe. These atoms, now free floating particles of possibility, drifted for eons. They mingled in vast, cold clouds of gas and dust, coalescing slowly, patiently, under the gentle persuasion of gravity. They became part of new nebulae, swirling nurseries where second-generation stars were born. Our own sun, a relatively young star, emerged from just such a nebula, gathering around it a disk of remaining cosmic material. And from that disk, through countless collisions and slow, patient accumulations, our planet Earth was formed. The atoms that now compose the soil beneath your feet, the water in the oceans, the air you breathe, and yes, the cells within your body all carry this ancient stellar lineage. They are literally stardust, woven together in a unique and improbable pattern. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, echoes of distant supernovae, gentle reminders that you are intimately connected to the grand narrative of the cosmos. And this journey, this endless transformation, does not end with your brief, beautiful existence here on this planet. When your time here is done, when the final whisper of your breath settles into the quiet air, those atoms, those ancient travelers, will not vanish. They will gently release their temporary form, returning to the vast, patient reservoir of the universe. They will once again drift, perhaps to become part of the soil, to be absorbed by a towering tree, to flow in a mountain stream, or to be lifted by the wind, carried high into the atmosphere. They may, in unimaginable eons to come, drift back into a swirling cloud of gas, ready to be drawn into the gravitational embrace of a new star, to become part of a distant planet, or even perhaps to be part of a new form of life, unimaginably different from our own. It is the cycle of majestic proportions, a cosmic dance of dissolution and rebirth, where every particle plays its part, returning home only to embark on a new journey. There is a deep, abiding peace in this understanding. It means that you are never truly separate from the universe. You are an integral, flowing part of its ongoing story. The same atoms that constitute the most distant galaxy are, in this moment, flowing through you, and the atoms of your being will, in time, gently return to the cosmic ocean to participate in the grand, silent symphony of creation again and again. So, as you rest now, Let the thought of this grand gentle cycle wash over you. There is no finality, only transformation. No ending, only a new beginning. You are a momentary, sparkling manifestation of something eternal, something vast and timeless. And the universe, in its quiet, patient wisdom, holds all these transformations, all these cycles within its boundless, embracing quiet. You are part of this magnificent, endless flow, gently returning, gently becoming, always and forever. Connected to the silent heart of everything, we float within a reality that, to our senses, often appears solid and unchanging. The floor beneath you, the walls around you, even the air you breathe. For they seem like constant, reliable presences. Yet, beneath this reassuring surface, at the very deepest levels of existence, the universe is a place of profound and elegant uncertainty. It is a place where even the most fundamental state of nothingness, the vacuum of space, holds secrets and possibilities that challenge our very understanding of stability. Imagine the vast, empty expanse between stars and galaxies. We call this a vacuum, implying a void, a perfect nothingness. But in the intricate, whispering world of quantum mechanics, true nothingness does not exist. Even in the deepest vacuum, particles spontaneously flicker into and out of existence, born from pure energy, only to vanish again in an instant. This is the zero-point energy of the vacuum, a shimmering energetic froth that underlies all of reality. It means that empty space is not empty at all. It is a sea of potential, a quiet hum of ceaseless creation and annihilation. Now, consider the profound question that arises from this quantum dance. Is the particular vacuum we inhabit, the one that defines our universe and allows all of physics and life to exist, truly the most stable state possible? Or is it, instead, a false vacuum? Think of a gentle, smooth landscape where tiny, invisible particles are like marbles resting in various dips and hollows. A true vacuum would be the absolute lowest point in this landscape, a deep, stable valley from which a marble could never escape, representing the universe's ultimate, most stable energy state. Our current understanding suggests that our universe is in such a state, a beautiful, quiet equilibrium. But the theory of a false vacuum proposes a more intriguing possibility. It is like a marble resting in a shallow depression, a small, comfortable plateau, high up on a mountainside. From this plateau, the marble seems perfectly stable. It won't roll away unless something gives it a gentle nudge. But beneath this plateau, there might be a much deeper valley, a true ultimate low point representing an even more stable lower energy state for the vacuum. Our universe in this scenario would be sitting precariously, yet peacefully, on this plateau. What would happen if the universe were in a false vacuum state? It means that, theoretically at any moment, due to a purely random quantum fluctuation, a tiny bubble of the true vacuum could spontaneously form somewhere in the cosmos. This bubble, representing the lower energy state, would then begin to expand outward at the speed of light, converting the false vacuum into the true vacuum as it goes. The implications of such an event are not to be feared, but pondered with a sense of distant wonder. If this bubble of true vacuum were to form, the fundamental laws of physics within it would be utterly different. The masses of particles, the strengths of forces sundry thing would change. Life as we know it, and even the atoms that make us, could not exist in such a changed reality. It would be a complete, gentle transformation of everything. from the cosmic scale down to the smallest subatomic particle. But consider this not as a terrifying prospect, but as a deeply theoretical, utterly distant cosmic whisper. The chances of such an event occurring in our observable universe are so infinitesimally small, stretched across timescales far, far beyond anything we can comprehend, that it is almost certainly a non-event in any practical sense. It is a grand, beautiful thought experiment, a testament to the elegant fragility and immense power embedded within the very fabric of space. For now and for countless eons to come, we reside in a vacuum that is, for all intents and purposes, perfectly stable. It is the vacuum that allows stars to shine, galaxies to spin, and life to emerge in its exquisite complexity. It is the vacuum that cradles our existence, day in and day out, with a gentle, unwavering embrace. So, let your thoughts drift over this concept of the false vacuum like a distant, harmless cloud passing over a serene landscape. It is a secret held by the universe, a possibility that whispers at the edge of comprehension, but it does not disturb the deep peace of your present moment. The platform we rest upon, though theoretically not the deepest valley, is remarkably solid, enduring, and utterly dependable for all the time that matters to us. It is the perfect quiet stage upon which the grand drama of the cosmos and the gentle narrative of your life gracefully unfolds. Let the notion of such a profound cosmic question, this intricate dance of energy and stability at the heart of the universe, simply become a soft, distant hum in the background of your awareness. It is a philosophical whisper from the farthest reaches of theoretical physics, not a pressing concern for the quietude of this very moment. You are here now, cradled in the gentle embrace of a universe that, against all odds, has brought forth such complexity and beauty, such a profound sense of peace. The simple fact that you exist, that you are breathing and conscious in this particular moment, in this particular universe, is a miracle. It is a delicate balance of cosmic constants, an improbable arrangement of particles, a fortunate outcome of countless possibilities. And this quiet, enduring existence is all that truly matters right now. Forget the distant theories of false vacuums and cosmic endings. Let them recede like the faint glow of distant stars, dissolving into the velvet dark. Allow your mind to release the need for answers, for definitions, for the tireless pursuit of understanding. The greatest truths sometimes are not found in knowing, but in simply being. Bring your attention now to the gentle rhythm of your own breath. Feel the soft rise and fall of your chest, a gentle tide flowing in and out. This simple, life-giving rhythm is your anchor, your connection to the present. Feel the gentle weight of your body softly supported, yielding to the comfort beneath you. Let your muscles soften, release any lingering tension, one by one, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Imagine your body growing light, airy, as if you are gently floating in a warm, dark sea. The thoughts that may still linger in your mind, let them drift away like wisps of cloud on a moonless night, dissolving into the boundless quiet. There is nothing left to do, nowhere else to be, no other thought to hold. Only this deep, pervasive peace. You are a small, warm spark within the vast, indifferent beauty of the cosmos, a silent witness to its grandeur, a tiny, precious flicker of awareness. And in this moment you are utterly safe, utterly at peace. The universe, in all its perplexing majesty, holds you gently, tenderly, in its silent embrace. Allow your breathing to become even softer, slower, a quiet current flowing through you. Let your mind become still, a calm, unrippled pond reflecting the deep, endless quiet of the night sky. The great cosmic questions, the mysteries of existence, they are all distant echoes now, fading into the peaceful hum of your own tranquility. Rest deeply, let yourself sink into the soft comfort of your bed, and allow the gentle tide of sleep to carry you away. May your dreams be soft, filled with the quiet wonder of starlit nights, and the profound peace of a universe that cradles you so gently. Good night,